get in your shoulder. Hello, hello. I just want to go around and first of all, want to thank all the ladies. I feel like this is kind of thrown together. I won't lie, like it's been a busy couple of weeks for me, so I'm here for great. I really appreciate all you guys coming and just taking the time to hang out tonight. So I'm gonna go around and let everyone introduce each other. A couple of you guys have just met, and you know I'm all about it. So who wants to start?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go if you want to go ahead.
No, go for it.
It's all good.
I'm Janine. I have a little bit of everything. I do breed crested geckos. I'm slowing down a lot with that, though. I don't know if I'm going to carry on with that. But I am going to be keeping for sure. Breeding maybe here and there. But I have a little bit of everything. I've been doing it for about 9 years now. My kids are involved. My fiance's involved. We all are huge animal reptile people. So that's us. Sorry, Arlo's being... He wants to walk around.
Oh, Amelia's here. Awesome.
Hi, I'm sorry for taking a while.
That's okay. We've only been on for like a minute.
Yeah, that's why I imagine. That's good to know. Hello, everyone. It's good to meet
We're
you.
just going around
Hi.
and introducing everybody, getting to know everyone. I think this may be everyone's first time meeting each other. I don't know who follows who, or you know.
I think so for me too. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So we're here to, you know, it's ladies' night. It's we're celebrating Pride here tonight. You know, we wanted to do that with Amelia joining us tonight as well. Just something we want to recognize since it's June. So, you know, welcome everyone. So Janine was just introducing herself and talking to us about her, you know, geckos and everything that she's got going on. So if you want to jump in, you can introduce yourself and we'll take it from there.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, hi, everyone. I'm Amelia. This is actually my first time ever speaking in a podcast or something like. I haven't even made a podcast in Spanish because, well, I'm from Mexico. I'm Mexican, and well, it's very exciting to be here and seeing all these new faces and interacting with all these cool and amazing keepers. I think it's very important that we start making community because, well, I think it's kind of different when women and queer minorities keep these sort of reptiles and all these animals. I don't know. It's kind of like perceived as a male thing, I think. So I'm very happy to share this moment with all of you.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That's a very valid point. I think that's something that I know my husband and I experienced that where people kind of assume that this is his hobby that I've joined into. And, you know, that's not necessarily the reality at all. And, you know, especially when it comes to like my thing is the short tails. The short tail pythons are kind of my baby. And I think that comes up in conversation that like people look to him when we're talking about them and he's like, hey, you need to talk to her.
Like that was mine.
So, yeah, Sarah, let's start with you.
Oh, sure. Hi.
Yeah, since we're on the subject of short tails, that's something I love and want to point out about you is that that's your specialty, these blood pythons, and their personality is a big thing that I know that you breed for. So let's hear about that.
Oh, sure. Well, I just started breeding them in 2023, but I mostly have blood pythons, and I have like a Sumatran, a couple geckos, and like smaller boas. And I recently started getting into the Antaresia, like the micro pythons in Australia. And they're adorable.
Male.
I'm trying not to bother mine because a lot of them ate or are about to eat. But I have this like adult pygmy python. And he is like, I don't know if you can see his face. I actually have a flashlight.
Just so you could see.
Do you see him?
Oh yeah.
He made a little present for me to pick up. But yeah, he's like tiny. He's like 2 feet long.
Aw.
So, but yeah, I love the blood pythons, and I breed for docile temperament. So,
I like
Which
that.
is great, yeah.
That's great.
thank you.
And then we've got another short tail enthusiast here.
Yeah, I'm Ashley, or Short Tail Sweetie on Instagram. Kind of got into my boyfriend got into this hobby probably 2 years ago. Kind of just into our stuff, you know. It took off there, and now I have bugs, tarantulas, short tails. Really loving the short tails.
Yes.
She was. I don't recommend it, but she was my second snake.
Yeah.
The one that you have on your shoulders right now? Wow. Did you have her as a baby?
She came to us as like a 2-year-old, so
Aw.
I still have yet to see that spicy attitude.
Oh.
I think that's a big thing I really like to point out with the short tails, and I know that Amelia and I have talked about, her wanting a short tail, so I know you don't have one. I don't know what your experience is with them, and same with you, Janine, but for the three of us, like, I think that's something we're very adamant about with our animals, with the short tails, is kind of helping fix that reputation, because I personally have about 30 of them, and I would say that maybe 5 or less are like super defensive or have an attitude,
Wow, that's a good amount that are chill.
Yeah, and I think these girls, she's got this big 20+ pounder on her shoulders right now.
Too, she loves cheek rubs.
Aww.
Yeah, but they
And I
kind of.
mean,
Oh,
Sarah's
sorry.
animals, if you haven't watched her, videos on her Instagram, she reaches in and she can pet them right on the head, and they're just the sweetest things. So that's something that
I love that.
we all work towards. That being said, you make a good point, Ashley. Like, something that's come up recently with a breeder that we know and that I like, and we have several animals from this person, and something we've learned is they're kind of advertising their animals as like, oh, they're never gonna bite, they're all amazing. And I'm with you, Ashley. I feel like even though I'm a short tail advocate and a short tail lover, like, I do believe that they're for a more experienced keeper.
Yeah, for sure. And they already have that like
reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if you just push them on people like, oh, they're just like, first of all, I think it's silly to compare any one animal to another. They're individuals. That's just,
exactly.
That's ridiculous. Exactly. But you can't be like, oh, they're like ball pythons. They're not. They're not ball pythons. So.
Sorry.
I mean, Sarah, how do you feel with you breeding for temperament? Kind of, how do you address that stigma?
I mean, honestly, I haven't really had anyone reach out to me specifically asking if they're like really as nasty tempered as the internet mythos has led people to believe. But I do think that temperament is heritable, and at an adult size, like, they can get like 15, 20 or more pounds. I think it's just important to selectively breed animals that, like, they still have a good feeding response, but they're nice to work with. You can handle them. They're not stressed out, like overly docile, right? And I think that's really important, because I have one female that I bought potentially like for breeding like 4 years ago, and she is just dynamite. And it's just, she's anxious and she's upset, and at her size, I don't want to get bit by her. Like, I'm very careful. I think the last time, the biggest like blood python I was tagged by was probably her, like around when I got her, and it hurt at around the 10 pound mark. And now she's like 15 to 20. So I won't be breeding her, but I paired 2 of my most docile adults last year, and the babies are just like little angels.
Aww.
See what.
And some of them are like they're very different compared to some of the ones I bought over the years. They're just way more chill, but they can bite. You know, I'm not going to tell people the snake's never going to bite you because
Exactly.
it's an animal.
That's
Exactly.
really comment in general.
Yeah, exactly. It's an animal and a reptile. Even dogs are, you know, they're
Yeah.
animals. It
Exactly.
happens, and you can't go in thinking like, oh, they'll never bite. They can mistaken you for, you know, their food or just having a bad day like we do.
Oh, I got chewed on by a baby last night because I guess she was starving.
Aw.
Right?
You know, I've learned that snakes are somewhat like cats because they can have like a mood or you know, you just have to learn to really read their body language because otherwise you're just like interpreting wrong signals. And if you don't really know what the animal is trying to say with its body, it's bound something is bound to happen.
Right.
I always remember that phrase by Clint Laidlaw from Clint's Reptiles, and he says, "When you're a moo with a head, the world is a scary place." And
Yeah.
I guess he is very right.
I kind of have that thought all the time. My husband and I have had this conversation of like, we should write a book of like. I almost feel like it's like alien abduction sometimes. I mean, is that weird? Have you guys had that thought? Like,
What,
No.
the act of keeping snakes in
like
captivity?
being a pet reptile or
Oh.
just a pet animal?
Yeah, definitely.
Wild
Sure,
animal?
yeah. I have like a thought about that like almost every day, but
Yes.
you know,
Like really think about it.
True.
You're just chilling, and then just this big thing comes and takes
Yeah.
you like
Just pulls
off,
the roof
and
off your house and
yeah,
like
yeah.
reaches in and grabs you and you know they
Feeds
can't
you.
you're trying to learn how to communicate with them and they're trying to learn how to communicate with you and you know
Yeah.
and they learn to trust you. I mean, for the most part, I think we all have an animal who's just like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how my retic is. I love her to death. She's still a baby. I didn't read, it was completely my fault. I didn't read her signs and I just fed her the day before.
Yeah.
And I should have grabbed the hook because I'm trying to hook train her to know when the hook comes, it's not eating time. And I went to just grab her out. And she was fine. And she was, you know, wrapping around, doing her snake thing. And all of a sudden she turns at my thumb and her tongue flicks. And I was like, no! Before I could like catch
Yeah.
that, she.
Slow motion.
Yep. Slow motion, and her teeth are like super sharp, and
Yeah.
it was an event. But I learned my lesson. Was not her fault, was mine. So
Yeah. I
it
feel
happened.
like generally like anytime I get bit, I'm like, oh, stupid. Just come
Yeah.
on.
Like stupid. That was I hate that. Definitely. But they're
Millie,
always
what do you have? A boa?
Yeah, this is Mika, tiny baby boa. It's one of
Aw.
the smallest ones I have,
Oh
but
wow,
she's
beautiful.
really, really sweet.
Aww.
Yes, so
Beautiful.
Unlike another one I have right here, that one's pretty big one actually. She's about I don't really know about feet and those measurements because we
yeah.
use meters, but she's like 1 meter 45. So
Okay.
she's quite big. She's 2 years old. I raised her from smaller than this size actually. She was a baby hatchling when I raised her, and I've noticed that sometimes with age, some boas might get a little cranky. They can get little heasy
Moody.
or something. But as soon as they realize you,
Uh-oh.
We're breaking up.
I don't know. Oh, am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like
off and on.
freezing.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'm back, right? I can
Yes.
hear you just fine. Okay. So yeah, look at this dude.
Oh, all
He's just a
curious.
little
It's
sweetheart.
funny you bring that up because I feel like at least with my short tails, they get easier with age generally. Because I have one massive giant female, my biggest freaking short tail in my collection, and I can't get anywhere near her.
You're all. I have a
She's
question
so
because I
pretty, and I
don't.
love her. So she's actually really good once I have her out. She's
Mhm.
manageable.
Yeah,
But
Maybe it's
most
a
to get
territory
her
thing.
out is like towel, hook, and she's huge. Like, you want to swap me one? She falls.
yeah. Sometimes snakes. I don't know. They just get scared, but as soon as they realize you mean no harm, they just calm right down.
Well, and I think too, she probably lived in the tiny little, I don't want to say tiny, but a smaller container that she was found in.
Oh, how pretty.
Oh, very
So I think
nice.
she had anxiety. I think she has anxiety just about being inside an enclosure.
Mm.
Once I have her out, like I have a little kiddie pool. I'll put her in the kiddie pool and she's great. She swims around.
Do you think it could be a territory thing? Like she's just protecting her little space, and then once she's out, she's like, oh. Because Leafeonic geckos.
I wish she could put two and two together that, like, if you just let me take you out.
Right? I promise.
Oh gosh.
I had a
This one,
question because I don't have short tail. What's the difference between, short tail versus like a BCI?
oh, so boa. So it's your boa and your python.
Oh, okay. So they are a python.
Yeah, short tails
Oh,
are all
okay.
pythons. So you got your
Oh,
three species. You have the Sumatrans, or the black bloods, or kind of what the older
okay.
breeders would call them. They are a different species. They're not a blood python.
Okay.
And then you have your Borneo short tails, your Breitensteini, which are what Ashley has around her neck there
Okay.
is I believe a Borneo.
She's a red blood.
Is she? Oh, okay.
And then my other one that you wanted to pick up from when you guys were in RBC, Chai.
Chai, yes.
He was a Borneo. He's my Borneo.
Oh.
So she's
It's
got a blood
deciphering
python.
between the blood, the Borneo, and the Python Curtis, which is the Sumatrans.
Yes.
I was like, what's the difference? They all look the same to me.
It is
That's
hard
me.
without just knowing. Like, it's hard to know. You just gotta.
Yeah. And that's how I came up with Chai, because I was like, ooh, this could be a really good pairing with my girl over here. And then wait, nope. This is a Borneo. That's what he meant.
Oh, okay. See, I had no idea, so that's good to know.
Yeah, it just takes. It's funny you say that though, because I don't know. I look around at all the other animals at like expos and pet stores and stuff, and like I know a lot about boas and I know a lot about short tails. That's it. I don't know much about. I don't know anything about. I know enough to take care of the other
Right.
animals I have, but as far as like
Genetics.
breeding and genetics, and I don't know any of that. As far as
Yeah.
colubrids and all that, so I mean,
Delivered for something else, just
yeah.
out of this world.
I have a lot of colubrids, and they're something. I love
and
them
I
though.
feel like they're all like I feel like
Definitely.
with boas and pythons, generally care is kind of similar, or like breeding is similar. I feel like with colubrids, it's just all over the place. Like every like locality is like different everything.
There's so many
Yeah.
different kinds, and it's like, whoa.
Oh my gosh, Amy. Got corns,
Amy's one of
rats,
those snakes that like
rainbows, all of them.
she doesn't know how to snake, like she doesn't hold on.
She's like, I don't have personal space either. She's all up in your
She's
face.
just gonna make you keep like hold her.
How cute. Look at her. Oh, I love her.
Gosh.
If I was a snake, that'd be me.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
be all
much.
over the place. She's beautiful, though. I love her color.
Yeah, she's an albino striped motley.
Ooh, she's
Wow.
Got
Oh,
one big stripe.
beautiful.
She was a European import,
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
and she's just
Wow.
so
So
sweet.
cute.
She's such a good girl. Yeah, yeah, you're good.
They're so cute. I love her.
Yeah, she
Beautiful.
just runs around. She'll run around all night.
Sometimes they get tangled in your hair and they pull it out, and that hurts.
They love to hide in there, and I'm like, my hair's a rat nest. Don't go in there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So what
Sometimes
kind
when
of
I wear my wig and all of my short tails or my Karibos or anything like that will
Yeah.
get in
You have
my wig, and
Karibos?
I gotta pull off my wig.
Yeah, and they get comfy in there. Like
yeah.
they just don't want to leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
She
most
loves-
reptiles.
She loves sticking her tongue in my ear.
Oh. She's
Yeah.
like,
Ugh.
It's such a weird feeling.
What's this sneakus doing? What are you doing back here? Yeah.
wants to come out too.
oh my gosh.
The monitor. Amy.
Aww.
Mm.
Wow.
What kind of monitor
Wow.
is it?
He is a guru Asian water monitor.
Beautiful.
So
Aw.
he's like supposed to be like a smaller type morph, smaller-ish. So he's supposed to get like 5 foot max instead of like 6 to 7.
You're all that's good enough.
Yeah, we'll see.
I have a Bell's Phase lace monitor.
Do you really?
His name is Chaga, and he's 3 years old, so I believe he's full grown. And my fiance made his enclosure. He's on the floor right now, just snooping around. I could take him over once he goes back up because I don't want him to come out and just explore and knock down everything in here. Usually we take him outside and he chills because I live in the desert, so he likes the hot.
Mm.
But
How old
he's
is
like
he?
a big old baby. He's 3.
Aw.
I think he's gonna go climbing. I'm gonna wait till he gets in the trees. He's like a big old baby. He like puts his arms out like, take me out. And I'm like, no, dude, your nails are like serrated knives. It hurts.
My favorite is when he gets up on his little platform up here where the heat lamp is.
Yeah.
And he sploots
Yep. They're all stretched out. And
all feet back. His little pot
Yeah.
belly. He's probably overweight, y'all. I'm not going to lie.
We think that ours might be too from the people we got him from because his tummy is like, he's girthy. And I'm like,
A little
dude,
chunky.
can you get up there? It's funny to watch him. Let me see if I can get you guys off of this so I can show you.
So, Amelia, I know you just got a carpet python, right?
Yeah, in fact, I'm picking him up tomorrow. I just set up his
Oh, you're picking
enclosure. Yeah, that's kind of why I took a while to get ready, because I was preparing the enclosure.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Is
he's
it a baby or older?
yeah, he's a baby jungle carpet python.
Okay.
Aw, I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah, I know. I wanted one for so long, and I just grabbed the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I don't blame you. So my husband and I were talking about it because I know you mentioned that you want a short tail. You're interested in getting one.
That's my dream snake.
Is it difficult to get animals where you're at? Like, well, I guess we're trying to figure out, are we going to have any issues getting you one?
Well, I
Can ship it
think
to you.
I know some people that have shipped animals and other stuff without much problem, but
Where are you getting your carpet from?
it's a local breeder from here. The thing is, here in Mexico, things work out well. I don't know, a little different from the U.S. because we have what's called PIMS. Um, it's like a system where the government allows certain types of animals to be bred, so that you can uh, sell, reproduce, and import and export them.
Gotcha.
And all of them have like a number, an ID, and sometimes you can even get them chipped.
Oh
But
wow.
the thing is that not all of them have all the types of animals. Some just do ball python, some just do boas, some just do certain species. For example, the one I oh,
So you
where
just
you
have to
going,
like
buddy?
meet certain regulations. It sounds like.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's kind of weird because sometimes you can ship. Sometimes you just have to fill out some forms. It depends on the animal. I think I'd have to look better into it,
I gotcha.
but
I
it
was
would
just
be
curious.
really great.
I know we were talking about it, and it sounded like like we might have a hard time getting it to you. So I just want to make sure we can get you an animal.
I would, I would love to, and I
Did you
don't
get
think it
your
would be.
monitor to come out?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
He's basking now. I was trying
Is
to
he?
figure out how to turn the camera around on here, but I don't think I can. I
Let's
have
see.
to totally
I
face
love
it.
the Bell's monitors.
Let's see.
Oh, he's so pretty.
Oh.
Basking now.
Wow,
Oh, so
Rolling.
love the
pretty. Wow.
skin.
Say hi, Chaga.
Oh my
You getting mad,
goodness.
huffing and puffing at me?
My God, his claws are so large.
Yeah, and he's like, "Don't touch me."
I love him.
Oh my gosh.
Say hi, Chaga. He already broke one of the lights. He's destructive,
Wow.
but
Very
he's a
Yeah.
sweet guy, and all he wants to do is come out. But he's a good boy. And then we have a little female in an enclosure in the house.
Okay.
Because she's still super small compared to him because he's 3. Ours, she is, God, I don't even, maybe a year now.
Yeah, that's what I think. He's about 8 or 9 months now.
Oh yeah, still a little guy.
Yeah. So he's in this thing until he's big enough. I mean, we're in Florida,
Ugh.
so we're in the process of like building a big reptile building in our
Oh,
backyard
cool.
right now, and that's a joke. I don't know if you guys have tried to hire a contractor recently, but it ain't happening.
It's like it's too expensive, or there are not enough
You just
contractors.
can't get. Yeah, there aren't any, and I don't know if
Huh.
it's. They're
Jeez.
apparently like bringing people in, like inspectors are having to come in from other states just to get the work done that needs to be done here,
Huh.
and it's just hard to get moving on any of that. But eventually, once that happens, we want to build a big monitor enclosure, like as a part of that,
Yeah,
kind of connects to the
That'd be
building,
cool.
that would be so cool.
Wow.
like a kennel door, and all that. We have big dreams.
I mean, that's amazing though, and it's the best for the monitors because they're so
Yeah.
intelligent and they like it, and that's why
And it's
we let
great
him
weather
outside.
here. I think he would thrive here, just having an outdoor.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
have an indoor space if he needs it.
Ugh, I love Florida. Everybody gets to have their animals out and about, and I'm like,
Well,
dry
I love-
desert.
I love the environment. I love that the animals thrive here. The
Yeah.
laws here and everything else about the animals make it difficult, though.
Yeah. See, I live in the dry desert, so the only ones that do like it, like I said, is the lace monitors because they're
Yeah.
from Australia, so they're straight up like desert dudes. But it's just too dry for everybody else, so it's so humid in my reptile house for everybody else. So it gets pretty hot in here, almost like a sauna. But they love it. I wish I could live in Florida. I hate it here.
Yeah. So we've got a question here about projects. So let's hear what everyone's projects are that they're working on currently, if you are. You know, whether it be breeding or anything else, but I think it's a good question. Bubbles are choking me.
Trying to turn up
Oh.
my volume.
Well, for example, I was talking to Britni because I just recently just got into reptiles, like comparatively with the time I've been in the hobby, because my specialty are invertebrates and arachnids. I I do breed some scorpions, some tarantulas, and let me.
I love that. I'm a huge insect, spider, arachnid person. That's amazing. I love that.
I told her I can look at it, but that's as far as I can.
You're all, I'm good.
I can appreciate the beauty. I'll give you that.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not for everybody, that's for sure. So,
Yeah.
but when you approach it that way and say, I love to look at them, but
Yeah.
don't come at me with them.
I tried to save this little tiny house spider the other day. I tried to give it, just let it ride on my face. I couldn't do it.
You're like, I tried.
I tried my best.
Oh, that's funny. I don't handle too much of my tarantulas just because I'm terrified of their sporadic, like, little jolts that they want to do. And if I drop one and they die, I will lose it. So I like to watch more than hold. I'm not afraid of them, but I'm afraid of them falling, I guess. I'm 6 feet tall too, so I have to make sure I'm like on the ground holding them if I do. So I'm like, that's a long fall for them. But they're awesome. My son really likes scorpions. He has an Asian forest and a emperor. We finally found an emperor. Those are like impossible to find now.
Really?
And they used to be super common. You'd find them in Petco. Like, I don't understand.
That's crazy. I wonder why.
I think we got
a vine snake recently. The little judgmental shoelace snake.
Oh, yes.
We got one of those, and she's amazing, you guys. She's beautiful. But we learned that the reason, so she's a golden one, and I learned from the person I got her from that the reason you don't see the golden ones is because about 10 years ago, the Chinese medicine doctors, I don't know enough about it to know what to say, but they decided that the golden vine snakes are medicinal.
Oh, geez.
So they halted export and started harvesting them for Chinese medicine. So they just reopened the export last year or this year, I guess, for the gold. So I have one of the only 2 goldens in the U.S. in the last 10 years. I didn't know that. I just wanted it because she was pretty, and I just found that out after the fact. But it's really cool. And I feel like, it's important for conservation because apparently they are still using them and plucking them out of the wild now.
Yeah, I hate that.
Crazy.
Did you find, where's your scorpion?
Yeah.
I know, we're like, where'd it go? Where's it?
Where'd she go?
Sorry.
She's looking.
The snake just crawled all over the screen. Push the leave button.
Oh, no.
Check this out. How do I switch the camera?
Uh-oh. See, that's what I tried doing. I was trying to flip the camera, but I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't think you can on here.
You go to more.
I tried that.
Settings,
I went to
camera.
settings, and it just said to mirror, and we don't want that.
Oh, I have a little like drop box. I don't know. Did everyone leave?
Oh, no, I'm still here.
Okay.
I was looking at the system settings. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I don't know how to camera this thing.
I think everyone's trying to figure out how to turn their camera around. So Sarah, you were the one showing me, was it you showing me the 007
Oh, yeah.
the other day?
Regarding projects for blood pythons, I have a gravid 007, and she's partial het for T-Puzzle albino, and so she's in her pre-lay shed, and I would love to turn the camera around, but I'll just like do that.
Oh, and my
I don't
little
know. And you'll just have to tell me if you can see her, but she's basically having the longest shed cycle of her life.
I feel like prelays are like that.
Yeah.
Do you have
They're
that
definitely
experience
working
too?
hard. So, I mean, I don't have enough data to know for sure because this is going to be like my second viable clutch.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But I was talking to someone today about that, and it usually takes them a bit longer, but they're always pretty slow.
Even with my boas, it's the same way. I feel like their post-ovulation shed takes like freaking months.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hello.
What are you
I
doing?
figured it was easier to just show you.
There it is. Is it a
wow.
emperor or Asian?
Oh
boar?
my goodness.
This is a nation forest scorpion.
Oh,
And I breed this, in
Oh
fact.
my goodness.
so
Yeah.
cool.
That's crazy.
So I have 3 pregnant females.
Oh, wow.
This is Heterometrus silanus. It's not the spinifer, the one everyone talks about, because they are also pretty hard to find. In fact, the reason why the emperor scorpion and the Asian forest scorpion Heterometrus spinifer are so hard to find is because they banned imports and exports, so you can buy them anymore. And the only way to just get them is from breeders, and that's why I like to keep these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
I wish people recognize that more. You know, that what the hobby does for species preservation sometimes.
Yes.
yeah. In fact, there's a pretty interesting story about the goody blue sapphire tarantula. It's Poecilotheria metallica. I don't know if you've
I have
seen
one.
it.
You have
I
one.
I used to have one, but
It's blue and
I had
yellow.
to. Yeah, the one that's blue and yellow.
I do.
That species was saved from extinction thanks to the hobbyists.
Oh,
The
wow.
hobbyists
Yay,
kept on. Yeah, that's amazing, and it's so cool to have these little critters around because you just get to interact with them.
I'm just
And
like shaking watching you handle it. It's amazing.
yeah, they're
It's
kind
beautiful.
of.
I love it. Isn't it crazy? It's so cool.
It is. It's beautiful for sure.
Yeah, and I love that they're so big.
Mm-hmm.
Kind
And
of.
is that one a male?
This one's a female.
Female. The claws are
She's one of
huge.
she's
My
one of
God.
my unpaired females. I wanted to pair her, but she's kind of I don't know. She doesn't like my males, so I just stopped trying because she just gets stressed out.
Yeah.
But she's a sweetheart. She just pinches too hard
Yeah.
sometimes.
Let's see that because I want to see blue.
Wow.
She keeps hiding. She's like,
Oh,
no,
wow.
nobody's seen. But she's really blue and yellow. She's so pretty. She's still a baby, like smaller, but
That thing is small.
yeah, no, they
Oh
get
my
huge. They get like that big. They're pretty big.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and she's there, but they tend to their colors fade as they get older. They're not as bright blue and yellow as the older they get. It's crazy.
I gotcha. Hello, Ken.
So, I have a whole like tarantula and bug wall back there. But bugs are amazing, and I'm so happy to see other people that find them beautiful too, and it's great. Same with snakes, man. Everybody so terrified of all snakes, and it's like, don't be afraid until you educate yourself about them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know the venomous ones are scary, but people will kill them out when they're out hiking or something, not knowing, and it's like, just leave it.
I know. It's
Yeah.
my husband and I were standing outside a couple weeks ago, and he had one of our bigger boas, like maybe a 5 or 6 foot boa, around his shoulders. And the neighbors start backing out of the driveway.
Oh my God.
we're out there. The kids, our daughter's riding the bike, and we're standing out there like parents, and he's just got a snake on his neck. So they back out of the driveway and they stop and they sit there for a minute and they're looking at us, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, what are they staring at?
Oh my god.
Something normal to us, but everyone else is like, what
And
the
then I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's so
oh
normal.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
But then it was cool because like they stopped and their kid petted him, and like it was an educational
Aw.
moment. It was
That's
nice.
good.
But I'm like, it didn't even occur to me,
Exactly. Yep. That happens, and it's. I would bring my tegu in the front, or our we have a Eastern Indigo, and we're taking pictures of him because the lighting in the front is just so nice. And people, we live in a neighborhood, so they drive slow and they're looking, and then they double take, and they're like, "What the heck is that?" And I'm like, "It's okay, just keep going."
It's fine. I know
The
I'll be
Indigo gets so
outside
large
sometimes
though.
with my little kiddie pool. I have some of the big snakes I'll take out there, and like the FedEx guys like dropping packages off
Oh
at
my
the front
gosh.
door.
That's great. I
I know,
love
I'm
that.
like, you want to pet a big snake?
And they're like, "Ah." Oh, that's too funny.
I know.
I love that.
It doesn't occur to me that I'm weird sometimes.
Yep, that's how we feel. I forget when people come and visit our, reptile house. They sit there and they like do the whole 360, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, we work from home, so we're always home. I mean, this is
Yeah.
what I've always dreamed of." So
Ashley, how many animals do you have? I don't think I've ever asked you.
Oh boy. Does furry count too?
yeah,
Furry, yeah. I count the furry ones.
Okay. So the first we had our two Aussies. A lot of energy.
Yeah.
We had two cats at the time. Now we're down to one, and we started with one snake, and then by the end of December we had like, oh god,
it's
like
okay. No
10,
judgment.
It's okay.
at
No
least
judgment.
10, and then like the beginning of this year, kind of last year, I got into the invertebrates, and I got over my fear of cockroaches. So now I have Madagascar cockroaches and cave roaches, and
Okay.
I
I have
love roaches.
Oh,
got a little bit of everything going on in here.
That's the best.
My favorite part of it all is when people come over to visit. Several times it has happened that someone's deadly afraid of snakes or spiders or whatever, and then I just tell them, well, you're about to get your whole perception changed.
yeah.
You are about to see the reality of the animal, because what happens is most of the times people just get an idea from movies or whatever that the snake or the spider is going after them, right? So
Chasing
once
them,
you show
I
them,
just it's not snakes on a plane.
right?
It's not
yeah,
like
I hate
that.
that movie. I hate that one.
But I tell me and my husband are like, what do you think? We're like, we walk in our door and like fight for our lives every day.
Oh my
like,
god.
all day long.
Or
Was it-
arachnophobia.
Just, like,
that was a
fending off
horrible one.
snakes.
Oh yeah, that's also sucks.
They're all chasing the people, and they're like massive. I'm like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Or eight-legged freaks. Like it's. I laugh at those. Or have you seen headlines on like news? It says, "Oh, new species of spider found that flies through the air," and then you go to read the article, and it says it's a freaking orb weaver that was discovered, and it's a beautiful spider. And no, it doesn't fly; it has a web, and
Oh well.
it's
It
not going to
floats
kill
on
you.
the air. Yeah.
Makes me
Yeah,
so mad. I'm like, oh, of course they would put the headline that, and
yeah,
then people freak out and don't care to read it.
Yeah.
yeah. But snakes on the plane is pretty funny because when you watch the movie, it's all corn snakes and boas.
Right? American Horror Story, they put
Yeah,
Eastern Indigos, and I was like,
Oh
what?
my god.
yeah, and they're supposed to be like these deadly, venomous, scary things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my
Hilarious.
favorite. My favorite.
I feel like we're the type of people that picks on the movies and like, that's not accurate.
Oh yeah.
It's hard for
know.
me. It's hard for me to be like nervous for the main character when he's
Yeah.
like playing in a pit of ball pythons.
Exactly. Exactly. You're like,
You know that scene in Indiana Jones where he falls into the pit of snakes and it's just retakes?
Yeah.
All just retakes.
all retakes.
Oh, like just boop that puppy on the nose.
I know. Andy, what are you doing? Take one
Yeah,
home.
that's so funny.
Almost acquired one, Brittany. I was telling you that girl I posted, Medusa. Yeah, the owner was like, you could
Yeah.
just have her. She keeps busting out. You could just have her. I was like,
The
I don't got
retake?
any room.
Girl, they are intelligent. I know
I was like,
that.
I got a basement. She can have my basement.
I'll just let her have the basement.
Well, the whole basement. She'll be happy in there.
Okay, Trav brought out our caramel carpet. Here you go, Amelia. So we just got this girl. She's new to us.
Oh, how
Wow.
Oh, wow. I have one. It's a carpet?
Yeah, she's a caramel coastal carpet.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's kind of starting her shed cycle right now, so she's a little dull.
A little baby,
But
too.
very sweet. She's what, like 2 years old? Yeah. It
Oh, she's-
amazes me the species how big they can get
Oh.
Spicy.
when they're just a tiny little shoelace. Yeah. Did she try to bite you, getting her out?
Yeah, she was.
Oh.
She's mad at him. It's not me.
Ah. They're so
She's
funny.
a good girl, though. She's been sweet.
So pretty. I love the contrast colors.
So yeah, Amelia, it's amazing to me like how small. Like when I got my jungle, I have 2 jungles that are about her age too, and they're just the tiniest little. They're this
Little
big,
things.
and I
Little-
just can't
little-
believe that they get to be like as big as they get. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. But it's pretty fun to watch them grow, to watch them thrive, to know that you raised that huge thing from just a
Yeah.
tiny
Little noodle. Little
Yeah,
noodle.
actually, most of my tarantulas I got from tiny slings, and now they're all just huge and grown out.
They're like itty bitty, aren't they? Like little clear.
Tiny.
Well,
Tiny.
I think this one was my smallest. Let's see if you can see it.
Yeah, like they fit in like a little like.
They're tiny.
It's so
It is.
pretty.
So
See
look
that?
at it, so little.
I have like a full-grown adult regal jumping spider, and I'm terrified to even handle her because I'm like, she's like bing 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 bing, and then she's gone. Like
I
They're
had
so
fish
tiny.
at one
They're
time.
so tiny.
I grab them from their little bat webs.
Yep, it's like their leash. You hold it.
I'm about to get it, y'all. You see this?
I'm thinking more. I want more
Watch.
velvet spiders.
Velvet spiders are awesome. I have a
did the
Brazilian jewel
jump.
tarantula
Yeah.
that I raised from a sling, and she had babies for me and everything. So it's like, you guys are saying, it's crazy to watch them grow with you. I can grab her too. She's an old lady, and I have one baby still here.
What's
From
their lifespan like?
Females live like 5 years.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, not too long. Which she's about 5 years. The males live, I think, 3. A friend of mine sent her male to me to pair them to have babies, and shortly after he passed, because he was already 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't. It's really devastating because they're beautiful. I have to show you guys if you haven't seen one in person.
Is she okay now? Are we friends? I think we're friends.
This is good.
So I'm not mad anymore.
I think she's okay.
Such a beautiful snake, though. Ugh.
She is. She's a good girl.
Yeah, love that. Love that contrast.
She might be holding her
No.
trap door down.
And you guys, like, pictures never do them justice, She literally looks like leopard print.
Wow, look at this
Oh
Lithuanian.
my
wow.
goodness, that's crazy.
That's beautiful.
She's looking for her door. She's like, "Excuse me."
So her legs
Oh
are
my
like
god.
blue, right?
Yeah, they're like electric blue. Her butt was more purple and pink when she was younger.
It's so weird to me that they're trapdoor spiders, but they live in the trees. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
That is
They're
weird.
arboreal, but they so we carved her hole out in the cork. We made her own hole, and then she built her trapdoor, and she did everything else. And this is basically how I have her, so she could have options, but she chose that little hole that I put in there. So I was like,
Wow.
That's funny.
and then this is one of her babies.
So she's full grown or big?
Yeah, she's full grown.
mature.
They don't get big at all. And the males, they jump. So it freaks
Okay.
people out at first because the boys like to jump. They don't, almost like a jumping spider.
She's gonna bite me in the face here in a second.
Oh.
She's like, I had enough. God,
Yeah,
I still love her. I love her so much.
super tiny. Trying to close the door.
Oh wow.
oh,
That's
look
one
at
of
your
her.
legs.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's like, close my door.
I think it's fascinating that they kind of like bite onto material or cork and make their own little houses by themselves.
Yeah. Crazy. That's her little door. You would never know where he or she, I don't know what it is, where it'd be hiding. Nowhere.
It made
Yep.
a little.
Till it opens.
Yeah,
But,
that would be me as a spider for sure.
super fun. I don't think I'm going to be breeding tarantulas though. Because, girl, I don't know how you do it. It's a lot of babies to separate. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, definitely.
52 babies just from her. And I was like, ah!
How many?
52.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god. That's
Yeah.
52 bright colored little gems. And I had to separate them and put them each in their little thing, make holes. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, girl, I know. I have an OBT that I also raised from this link, and that she became an adult. I paired her. She laid her egg sac. I had to separate over 80 babies. It was.
It gives me
I mean,
anxiety.
it was fun. It was
Yeah.
definitely fun, but it took a lot of time, and
What do you
I
feed
just.
them? What do they eat?
At that size, I feed them cricket legs.
Oh,
Cricket
wow.
legs.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you sit there and
Yeah,
pluck
that's
off the crickets?
yeah.
Oh my
You plug them
gosh.
off the cricket, and you give them because a tiny pinhead cricket is just too big for them.
Oh my
They
god.
just
And then
won't
you
take
don't
it.
want to deal with fruit
I'm blown
flies. I
away at
hate
the
fruit flies.
dedication. Like that's my
Yeah, you know, like those people that build miniatures that just go with
Oh, yeah.
the little things and just glue them. And I like to do that as well.
Oh, there you go. That's where it comes
Checks
from.
out.
Good
It
at
checks
it.
out.
yeah. I feel like I would I don't know.
That's how it was. Because you don't want to deal with fruit flies either, right? Because then they breed and then they're in there.
Oh,
and then
God.
Oh, they're
Don't
like
even
everywhere, right?
started.
Yeah,
I'm
in fact,
dealing
Yeah.
I did
Exactly.
leave the babies when they first hatched out. I did leave the babies in the mom's enclosure, and they were all over the place. They look just beautiful, but I eventually had to tear the whole thing down, separate all the babies, remove all the substrate. I was using a paintbrush,
Yeah.
grain by grain, to just get
Looking
all
for
the babies.
babies.
I think they were 83 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That's tedious. I did it twice and I was like, nope.
Not for me.
So kudos to you. You're amazing for doing that. That's very hard. Very
Yeah,
hard.
but then
Like
I
I-
understood why everyone takes out why everyone pulls the egg sac before it hatches.
It's the same
Like,
with the
it's-
Brazilian jeweled. The babies, she'll feed them, and the babies stay in there in that hole. When they're ready to start eating on their own, they'll start coming out. And I waited too long, and they all started coming out. And I was like, wait! So I had to do that, what you did with the paintbrush. And I was like, oh gosh.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it looks so pretty though.
Yes, yes, they are.
Like the big mom surrounded by her tiny spiderlings. I don't know. It's
Oh,
something
so cute.
that's very special.
and they're all like pink and purple.
I
Yeah.
have an ornate ghost tarantula. It's Poecilotheria vetata. I
Oh,
paired
great.
her last year, but she molted out, and now I won't have any babies. That's the
Oh,
bad thing about tarantulas. When they molt after you pair them, you lose that.
Yep.
oh
You
wow.
just
That's
have
crazy.
to, yeah, you have to get the window right, or else
Mhm.
they'll mold out.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yep. It's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
kind of weird.
It's a whole nother world with tarantulas. It's amazing. It's really. We have a friend that breeds all kinds of tarantulas. They're called Daenerys, mother of spiders.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I
Oh,
follow
cool.
her.
Yeah.
I helped them. Me and my fiance helped them vend one time, and dude, the packing and the unpacking. You have to be so careful,
Mm.
and thousands of spiderlings. And I was like, there's so many. So,
Yeah,
like I said, it's hard work. So next time somebody questions the price on them, it's like, no, no, you don't know.
if you only knew what it took to from the moment the male
Yeah.
gets in there, it's like I have to do this right because if this guy dies on me, it's
It's
just start over again. It's no, it's a nightmare.
Wow.
yes, yes. It's hard. That's hard for sure.
Yeah, but for example, scorpions are a bit different because the males usually tend to be bolder. You know, with scorpions, the males take take the females by the pincers and they dance with them. It's
Oh, cute.
very weird to see. It's really cute.
Oh, I never knew
Wow.
that. That's awesome.
It's like
Yeah, and
like a mating thing.
it's a mating dance. In fact, it has a name. It's in French. I don't know how to pronounce
Mm.
it. It's
Huh.
Promenade du, I think.
Rendezvous?
I'm
Promenade.
intrigued that it's French.
Oh,
I just
that's
It's
want to know
French. The
I
scorpion
love
mating
that.
dance has a French name.
that. That is interesting. Are they French animals?
It's because it's so romantic.
Yeah, and they kiss. They do kiss while they dance. The male scorpion takes the female from the pincers. They dance back and forth, and
Oh,
sometimes they stick their little mouths together. It's so cute to see.
you know, I saw a study the other day about their trying to kind of quantify the intelligence of lesser animals like reptiles and insects and stuff, and it's really interesting. I'll have to see if I can actually find the study. What I read was an article about the study, so it didn't actually have a lot of data, but I think that's something that the longer I've kept these animals, that I've learned and realized, and I think you can't appreciate until you have kind of a large enough collection, you know,
To
that they
understand.
are all individuals and they all have
Mhm.
personalities and they all have likes and dislikes and preferences and good days
100.
and bad days and, you know, yeah. So that's been really interesting to see and learn and tell people
100%.
about and educate people about.
100%.
Yeah, it's just so different. Even when they're the same species, they can be so different.
Yes. Yep.
For
Even with
Yeah.
example,
geckos,
yeah, for
a lot of
example,
people say they're the dumbest bird.
Mexican tarantulas, like the one I was holding just a couple minutes ago, they are always recommended as beginner species because they tend to be very laid back. They are very tolerant with mistakes. You can forget to feed them for months at a time. Sometimes they just don't even eat. You offer them food, they just don't want to eat at all. You can forget to refill their water dishes, but something that I have noticed is that their temperament is not so reliable. They tend to all be tagged as laid back and chill, but sometimes they are just nervous wreck of a spider. They are bolting all over the place. They're kicking hairs. They vary a lot between individuals. Even spiders have
Yeah.
different personalities. It's wild.
I believe that.
It's crazy. Super crazy.
Yeah, and on the topic of intelligence or cognition, I would say of arachnids. For example, I read a study where the Arabic fat-tailed scorpions, African and Arabic fat-tailed scorpions, can use the stars on the night sky to guide their way. They can navigate the desert with the stars. That's insane.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts.
I believe
Yeah, and it's just things that you would never imagine such a thing from a scorpion.
Right?
Well, I think there's so much more that we don't understand to like their entire spectrum of like intelligence and understanding and communication. Like the fact that some animals are like fluorescent or bioluminescent, or you know that they have these different like levels of iridescence and all these color scales. Like just because it doesn't mean anything to us doesn't mean that it's irrelevant.
Exactly.
You know, we can't explain what its purpose is, but I promise it has a purpose.
Yeah.
You
They were
know?
made that way for a reason. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it always comes to mind the iridescence of birds, because most birds can't see in UV, and you see the bird and it's like it's a pretty bird, right? But there's a whole other aspect of that same bird that you just can't see because you were not evolved to see that way, to see that wavelength. To There's just so many things that you would never know because you were not evolved in the same way. We're not the
Right.
same, and
Travis and I were talking the other night. Like, I came in with one small, like, crawler rat. Okay, just one little ant to feed one animal in the baby rack. I walked through the room and I'm like, I know there is just no way. Like, they have to be communicating with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they all knew that there was a single tiny little rat in that room instantaneously. Like, these animals are well fed, they're not starving, you know,
Right.
like,
They just know
but
it's
they knew. And I'm like, they have to be telling each other these things. You know?
somehow.
Like,
Yep.
somehow.
yes.
Even ants communicate with each other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody they were saying that plants communicate with each other. And
Yeah, that's what someone was just saying.
Yeah.
You know, reading.
Crazy.
Just found out that
Because-
plants talk to each other in their
Plants
own
have
way.
eyes, or plants can see us.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
They can
Yeah,
recognize.
it's
I have a
creepy.
lot of house plants.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Plants can make noises too. We just can't hear them.
You just
They
can't hear
click.
it. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Nuts. So things we don't understand doesn't mean that, you know, they're dumb or they don't communicate, but they do. And
They
it's-
do.
Or that it's not there. Yeah.
Yeah, or it's not there and it is. It's nuts.
Well, and I
Right.
definitely think some people are more attuned. You know, obviously there are animal people and non-animal people, and I think it comes down to, you know, species, and you know, it's like Travis says, he just hasn't spent enough time around the short tails, but he's not comfortable with them like I am.
Right.
He just can't read them the way that I can. You know, and I think that's
Good.
true for a lot of things.
Oh yeah. That's me and my fiance's comfortable with Leachianus geckos.
Yeah.
Nope, I will not. If they're out of their cage already, then I'm cool, but he pulls them out and they're like
Yeah.
mini raptors. Like, no.
Oh my god.
I'm not okay with that. And one got me one time and I
Yeah.
didn't even feel her bite me and I was just bleeding everywhere. And I was like, well,
Oh,
Yes.
Damn.
That's him with the short tails. Like, once I have him out, I'm like, hey, can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
and
But he
that's
doesn't
me.
want to go reach in and pick him up because they'll like huff and blow air, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh god.
They they have like a reputation for being very huffy, right? Short
Yeah, they're
tails.
just
That
Oh
is,
yeah.
Oh wow.
They're
Does it
very
matter
chatty.
if it's a male or female?
And all
No,
day.
it
I
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
Do you either of you have like any that are like I have some that I can't even like I can sit there and do this and I can't even make them huff.
Oh yeah, sure. I have a few that are that chill. Yeah.
But I have others that'll just huff and huff and huff, but they're perfectly fine. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not. It doesn't even seem stressful. You know. It's
Right.
just
That's
they're
just
just
what they do.
vocal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just how they communicate curiosity,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
or if they're getting overwhelmed at a certain point.
That's true. Yeah.
The same with leeches. They huff and puff and do their thing. Even babies.
The
Babies
leashes, they
in
make
their,
a lot of
in their
noise.
little cage. Oh, you have a millipede?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a regular, like an African? Is that an African millipede? What you got?
this is a Texan millipede. They don't
Okay.
get that big. I was offered some African giant millipedes, but they're kind of expensive, and I just bought the carpet python, so I had to say no, thank you. I like this one.
Millipedes are so cool. I love
Millipedes.
watching their legs.
I love feeling the legs. They feel so weird.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
They're like
a
tiny little
Oh my
strings.
god.
They're so
wavy,
cool.
weird motion,
Super cool.
and they smell weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they like secrete like a?
It's like a poison.
Cyanide.
Yeah.
It is a
Is it?
poison. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
cyanide.
It's cyanide.
So it
Yeah.
smells
Yeah.
like almond or something?
It smells. Yeah,
God.
it's weird.
Y'all just
Yeah,
made me
it's,
like 10 times more afraid of them.
No, they're super cool.
look at
They
this
are.
guy.
You
Just
just
look
wash
at this
your
guy.
hands. As long as you don't ingest it, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't
so
plan on
It's
eating the
kind of like what the
millipede.
snakes wash your
Right?
hands
I'm not gonna lick my hands after holding one. So
This guy
they are
beat me the
so.
other day. You can't even feel it.
Wow.
They're
It's
so.
just like a little nip.
Yeah.
In fact,
Mhm.
he's biting me. He's biting me right now.
Oh my god.
It's just like a little. What is this? Can I eat it?
Yeah, and when they realize they cannot eat it, they just go on.
They
That's
keep
funny.
going. They're so cool. I think they're adorable. They look like long roly polies to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like a limo. Roly
Yeah.
limo.
Stretch limo. Ah, look at the legs. I miss having them. Maybe I'll get
So
one.
they're
after
pretty
show.
like you can hold them upside down and they'll like stay attached. Like they can
they're
grip.
not so good at holding on.
Oh, okay.
They're not that good at holding on.
They roll
Hmm.
off.
Yeah, they roll off. They're so
Oh,
weird.
that's funny. I don't know
I
anything
I
about
had
these.
never
Like,
thought
I've
about
never
them.
handled any of these things.
I had never thought about them like long isopods, but they are
Yeah.
totally long isopods. They are absolutely long isopods.
That's exactly how I pictured them. And when we got them, my kids were afraid. I was like, they're like a long roly poly. We have them in the cages eating the gecko poop. It's fine. And they're like,
Yeah, but they
"Oh."
don't secrete poison either.
No, they don't.
No.
They're
Yeah,
a
but
feisty isopod.
let me tell you about their cousins, the centipedes. Those are something.
Those
I do
scare
keep
me.
centipedes. I do have centipedes. They do scare me a bit.
That's a big like
Me.
I have
right?
You
I have a
Amelia?
giant Vietnamese centipede
Yeah.
that
Oh,
attacked
did
me
you get
once.
it? Absolutely not.
No. That one's definitely I'm not handling one
No
centipede.
touchy.
They have like the big mouth.
Yeah,
They-
yeah,
yeah.
the toxicognath, the bite.
Can
And
you
They're
that's
show
both.
us
not a
like an
mouth.
They
It's,
sting from
exposure?
both ends, right? They can sting you with their tail too.
no, they
Not
have
those ones.
sharp claws, but the business end is on the front.
Oh my
They
god.
have these modified legs that inject venom,
Oh no.
and it's a pretty strong venom. I was tagged once by a Vietnamese giant centipede. That thing was like I don't know how many inches, like 7 inches long.
Wow.
I was just quickly tagged like this, in my finger. The pain is just a burning, riveting station that started from the tip of my finger all the way up to my elbow. That
Oh, my
lasted.
Damn.
face.
It lasted 14 hours.
Oh dear.
14 hours,
Jesus.
Oh
Oh,
and it
no.
was
see?
just a little tag. I
We
don't
had
want to
a
know what a true bite feels like.
Feels like.
Well, it's actually called a sting because it's not a mouth part. They're modified legs, but I do not want to find out what that
You're
feels
badass
like.
for even handling one and
yeah.
keeping
I
a
That's
am afraid.
baby.
I am a little afraid of them, but I have learned to read them, to see their body language, and it's just like you get fed, and that's it. You get your food, get your water, and you'll be happy.
Yeah, there you go.
Do
Dang,
you
that's
feed them
awesome.
pinkies? I've seen people feed them the pinkies.
I feed them whole adult mice, not
what?
fish.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Oh
They
my
eat
god.
adult
I
mice.
thought pinkies were crazy for
Can you
them.
show us like an enclosure, like inside, to see
Let
one?
me.
Do you feed live mice or is it? Well, yeah, right. You would have
Yeah,
to
They'll
be
probably
live, I
eat.
would
They'll
think.
probably eat killed, right?
Jeez, that's crazy. That's nuts. Live mice.
We had a friend who was involved with imports and stuff who got bit by a centipede. I don't
Oh
know what
dear.
kind. She spent what 2 days in the hospital though, didn't she, babe?
Oh yeah, no. See,
Yeah, she was in the hospital for 2 days
Check
afterwards.
this
Ooh.
out. Oh, he's
IV
outside. He's
antibiotics
outside.
and stuff. Her
He's
whole
coming out.
arm and
Look.
hand swelled
Oh
up.
Oh, look at
jeez.
that!
Oh my
Look at
god.
oh.
Yeah,
And they're
the nerve
freaking
damage.
smart.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Those things are smart. I've seen them just at shows, and it's like they feel the motion when you pick up to look at it, and I'm like, "Ee, I can't do it."
Oh
I
Jesus.
love bugs and insects and spiders, but for some
They're
reason, those
intimidating.
guys, I can't. I can't.
Hmm.
But they are beautiful. Some of them are so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep them like this because this species in particular, which is a Scolopendra Texas centipede, I think, they and they can develop fungal infection. In fact, there's a fungal infection in one of her legs.
Oh no.
Oh.
And close to it's like
Wow.
a it's like a measure to avoid that. Let me
The fungi.
let me do this.
Wow.
Huh.
I'm saying that.
Oh. And don't they protect their babies? Like they circle around them and they keep all their babies in like inside of the mom's body. I've seen
They'll
that, and
guard
I think
them.
Yeah, they
that's like
care. They care for their young.
that's so cute. Like
Wow.
that's a scary old
Yeah,
centipede
they'll
is
make
like the
them.
best mom.
I mean, that alone is a sign of higher intelligence.
Yes.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Caring for their
Yeah,
young. It's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Super
crazy.
I
crazy.
also have a Scolopendra gigantea, which is the largest species of centipede in the world. It's just about this size because he's just a little baby,
Baby.
but he
It's
will
a
grow
baby.
to get about this
Wow.
size, 40,
Wow.
45 centimeters. I don't know how much that is in inches, but they do get quite large.
45. What is that? Like
Wow.
2 feet, foot and a half.
45 centimeters,
I'm not
one
that. I don't know
feet
all
and a
that.
half. I don't know. That's the thing with the measurements. I just always get confused. I look into the stuff.
So same. My mom's from Spain, so they do measurements like that too. And when she tells me, I'm like, I don't know what that means, Mom. I'm sorry. I have to Google it. It's too hard.
Yeah, I always have to Google the measurements as well. Let me see.
Ashley, is she sleeping on your shoulder right now?
No, no.
She's just all over
Chilling.
the place today. Right now, she's on my waist.
Oh,
We are.
She's my workout for the day.
Yeah.
she's a big snake. Beautiful too, though.
Yeah, we got her when she was, I want to say 2, and then she's 4 now.
Aw.
Eventually, I would like to do the whole breeding offspring thing, but for right now, I'm kind of just enjoying her and
Yeah.
learning her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let her be a
I'm like,
lap baby.
Yep.
females don't go 5 to 7 like years, so I got like a couple years.
Yeah. That's
Heck
one thing
yeah,
I
enjoy it.
do miss. Like I miss that when my animals are breeding or gravid. Like I can't get them out and love on them and like take them outside and play with them like I like to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
enjoy the
get it.
cuddles when
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Oh, hurry up and have those babies so I can snuggle.
I have yet to, I want a little baby because I've yet to experience that. And I
Have
guess babies, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's a different experience, especially with the short tails. If you have massive short tails, getting a baby is like a little. It's like a little,
Yeah,
Little
like a
worm.
little
I
sausage.
think the one I was at the store, I was like, this is not the one I have at home.
Funny. Mine's huge now.
I'll show you my smallest short tail, a little baby Sumatran I have right now.
Great. Now I'm gonna want one. I love snakes
They're
so
just
much.
like couch potatoes.
I
They
love
go.
that.
I watch movies with her. She'll
That's
fall
what
asleep.
I want. Aw. Oh
Oh,
my gosh,
so
it's
cute.
beautiful.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Little chrome head baby.
Okay, I promise I'll be
Beautiful.
responsible this next episode next month. Really wanted the Sumatran, but I'm gonna be responsible.
I
And
have a
cat.
caramel baby
That's
too.
beautiful. Oh my gosh. I know I'm paying off the rainbow boa and I'm like, I want more other snakes, but I'm
Wow.
responsible.
We started with rainbow boas. We put like a down payment on 2. I have a male and a female.
Oh,
And then doing research on them, we came across Horace. He's my banana or coral glow banana ball python. And then like a couple months later, then I got her, and I ran down the rabbit hole real quick.
that's okay. Well, I think
quick.
we all will do a little bit of that. Oh my gosh.
That's the albino, the
Wow.
caramel version.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Wow.
So I think she may actually also be orange head. She
Okay,
just has a
yeah.
really bright orange head for a
Yeah.
caramel.
For the future, how much do these run as babies, or do you sell them at a certain age only, or how does that go?
So I'll be honest, short tails I feel like personally are getting more popular pretty quick.
Mhm.
I will tell you
Yeah,
that when I
definitely.
started looking at Sumatrans about 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago, they were like I could find a Sumatran baby for like $100, and they're like $400 or $500 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome, though.
the market changes on them quickly, but personally, I feel like if you're interested in short tails, go ahead and get on it.
Okay.
Because I think they're coming
On
up. I
it.
really do.
Oh, I love them. They're beautiful.
I think right now, like a regular normal's like the cheapest I can find is like for an adult $450,
Oh, easily, yeah.
and like babies $250.
Any kind of morph, 500-600 plus for a baby. I mean,
Yeah.
So worth it, dude. They're so
yeah.
beautiful.
They're
Oh my
they're
goodness.
amazing animals. I mean, I think they're great.
They are.
She's
I don't
love-
own one, but I would love one. So
One of the things I love about them is that, like, I am home caring for the animals a lot on my own, and they're big, they're fun, like they're big enough that I can hold them and snuggle with them, and they're like a couch, they sit and watch TV with me,
couch
and like they're
potato.
snuggly,
Yeah, I
but
love
they're
that.
still manageable for one person.
Yeah.
I like that because I love the retics, but the thought of having like a 130-pound snake that's 20 feet long is a little nuts just with feeding.
Yeah, and then you think about you want to get that animal out and let them run around and be an animal.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
Exactly. So this
Yeah,
is
You
good.
guys
They're a good
about the
size.
furry ticks.
What was that?
Get a super dwarf. Get a
Yeah,
super dwarf.
Super dwarf. I do want to suit. Mine is not. She's a golden child, and she. I'm scared.
Do you know that New Zealand has no snakes? I've never seen a snake in real life. I
Oh
did
my
learn
God.
that recently. There are no snakes in New Zealand.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
It's like
Wow.
you wouldn't expect that.
Wow.
I don't know,
What?
other than like Antarctica, are there any other
Is it like
places
just
on Earth?
environmental or law? Or
That's
why
what
is
I
there
was-
Probably
no
New Zealand too.
I just can't believe with as long as humans have been like traveling and importing and exporting and like how has nothing ever made it?
happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know there's plenty of places that are still like have never been touched by rabies or like other infectious diseases and stuff. So I mean it's possible.
They just probably never discovered, or that's nuts. Okay. So what led us all to reptiles? Who wants to go first?
Ooh.
Let's go down the line.
Yeah.
You start,
Oh,
Brittany.
man. Led me to reptiles. I don't know. That's a hard question. I've always had animals, and I think reptiles for me, like, so I was a vet tech for years and years, and I took care. It was amazing. I loved it. I took care of a lot of animals. For me, reptiles are peaceful.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a mom, I have a life outside of animals as well. You know, I have other things going on in my life. Like for me, animals are like the reptiles are peaceful. They remind me to slow down and take my time, you know, and then just enjoy like what I'm doing in the moment.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like we have 4 dogs. All our dogs are over 12 years old, and I love them. All our geriatric dogs, but like when they're gone, I'm done.
Oh,
Is that your husband? He can't tell you no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I decided I was into reptiles, and my husband was like, "Okay, I guess we're into reptiles."
Aww.
now."
That's a good husband.
get you a man that can do both.
He's the best kind. To protect everything is fumigated in the ports. Oh wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Damn.
So they're strict.
Ugh.
That's nuts.
That makes me sad.
Yeah,
But
I don't
get it.
like that.
I live in Florida. I understand the invasive species problem.
Yeah, it's hard. It's such a hard it's a fine line.
Yeah, but it's like especially bad in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like heaven for every
it's
single
the perfect
invasive species.
environment for most reptile species here.
How about Sarah? Why got Sarah into reptiles?
Where'd you go? There she
Oh,
is.
hi. I just went to go wash my hands. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm coming too. I had to let my
Love it.
tegu out.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh
Oh no.
Like-
Should we wait for her?
We can maybe.
Yeah, I
when
don't
she-
know why it disconnects.
I
Sometimes.
know.
Yeah, it happens to me too.
Amelia, you're next. We'll jump back if she pops on.
Okay, so what got me into reptiles? I think it was, like the. I I think tarantulas are like a gateway animal to a lot of things, because I started out with tarantulas, and what got me into reptiles eventually was my passion, because, well, in my life, I have always had pets.
Yeah.
I've had little turtles, I've had geckos, I've had crabs, I've had. I think I used to have a little rabbit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a matter of time until I grew up, started making my own money, and then I got my first tarantula from a friend that was studying biology. he came up to me. He said, "Hey, I'm selling cookies. You want some? Because I'm studying my master's degree for arachnology."
Oh
And I
wow.
said, "Sure, sure.
Cool.
I want some cookies." Bought the cookies. Then he said, "Would you be interested in a little tarantula?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Mm,
sure."
sure.
That tarantula, by the end of the year, became, uh, I think, 50.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And by the next year, they were 80.
Yeah.
I
That's
have
how it
80
happened.
tarantulas right now.
How it goes.
That's how it
Yeah,
happened.
and
That's
and
where.
then I started trying different things and started keeping morning
Yep.
geckos. I got a toad.
Yep.
Let me show you that toad. She's absolutely huge. She's a
Oh
king
wait.
toad.
Oh my goodness.
A cane toad.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have those.
Yeah.
You
No.
Yeah, I
know,
imagine. But they're native in Mexico, so there's no problem.
They live here. They definitely
Oh.
live here.
Check this
Oh my
one out.
gosh.
Check this
Oh,
Oh
cute
big
girl out.
chungus. Wow.
Oh wow.
She's
That's cool.
I
cute.
love it. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
What a sweetheart.
She's
Oh.
so chill. She's
Does he have a
enormous. And
name?
she's
What's his
heavy.
name?
And I think you just start getting new stuff, trying new
Yep.
things, learning, researching. Then I got my first boa. I got a ball python, and now I have 7 snakes in total. It's little because, well, my my specialty are arachnids, but I also do keep some snakes. I have king snakes, 2 Mexican black king snakes too, and
I have two.
I'll show you the king snakes in a moment.
Love king snakes.
Sarah, you're back.
Yes, I DC'd. Sorry. Hi.
So what got you into reptiles?
Oh, I mean, I think I was saying, I just, like a lot of people, was really into them as a kid. You know, I would be outside catching them, and I didn't keep reptiles until I was in college. So, like about a decade ago, I still have my first snake, but I got a Sumatran shorttail, and that kind of made me realize, you know, I started learning about short-tailed pythons in general, and that's when I discovered blood pythons. And I became obsessed because I saw a magpie, you know, the super
Yes.
golden eye form essentially, and it was just, I thought it was so beautiful. And in 2019, I began acquiring my group of bloods, and that's pretty much most of what I have. Because I really wanted to breed them.
You still have your original Sumatran?
Yeah, she lives downstairs in our living room because she's very friendly.
Oh, I love that.
Aw.
What's interesting about the Sumatrans is like they're so chill. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. She's even more chill than my most chill blood python, which is like
Yeah.
saying a lot because there's slugs most of the time. But
They really are. Here's
she's really interesting.
my big magpie. I got a big magpie and a baby
Oh
magpie.
my god, so cute.
He's
Oh,
he's a VPI.
Wow.
So
Oh,
he's
how
kind of dark
pretty.
featured.
Wow, love the spots.
That's what I love.
yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Look at the little face.
I love his like underside.
So pretty.
So pretty. Yes, the polka dots, so nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Love the spots. I have a thing for spots and the white mustache. It's
Yeah.
so cute.
He's a good boy. His name is Slingblade.
Oh, cute. Very cute.
Oh man, those are cute. I'm gonna want everything now.
I have a
Yeah.
different form of a magpie that's a magpie batik, and I wish I could turn the camera, but just tell me when you see her.
How pretty. Which one?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love the colors.
And so she's, yeah. If any of y'all have figured out how to turn the camera around,
That's what I tried figuring out. It cut me
'Cause-
off, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I was trying
I'm
to figure
doing
that
my
out.
best.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Wow.
I love
And
colors.
her name is
I know.
Valentine, and I did pair her earlier this year with my male Typhon, who's a pollen
Oh,
pet
nice.
for T-Puz albino, but they just weren't interested. It was his first time with the females, so I'm just like, okay, I'll just separate.
Is he young?
I mean, he's a big boy. He's
Oh, is he?
older. He's like over 5 years old, but he just is really shy. Very nice, but he was
Chris
like
wants me to get
staying
out
on the other side.
the tricks. You want me to get the
Oh,
tricks out? This is
Oh,
my younger magpie. Let me get the
beautiful.
No.
out.
Go to setting the camera and hit flip. I think we tried
I'm
doing
not
that.
doing that again because then I get kicked off.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happened
the
to
same
me
happened to
oh
too.
yeah,
me.
yeah.
That also
Same.
happened to me.
Happened to all of us.
Fires.
Like we'll just
But
do our best with, what we got.
There we go. He's a favorite.
Oh
wow,
my god.
the patterns.
That is beautiful.
Oh, so
Was that the
pretty.
one you rescued the other day? Or not the other day, a couple months back?
No, that is Bubbles. He's the one I had around my neck
Bubbles.
earlier.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
This
I love
guy came
Bubbles.
from a breeder. He's in my breeding program.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Hopefully he'll start next season. I don't think he'll be ready this season.
He's pretty.
Yeah,
Really.
he's a favorite. His name's
Beautiful.
Beetlejuice. There you go.
I'm almost
Wow.
putting my face close because I want to see closer.
Wow.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, he's cute.
Wow. It's like mosaic. It almost reminds me of like artwork. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's very handsome.
Oh,
Oh,
He's
Wow.
a good example of one that like I got him as a baby and he was extremely defensive. I had a very hard time handling him, and as you can see, like now he's gonna huff at me.
he's like, no, I'm not soft. Don't tell them
But
that.
there's no way I could have done this a year ago.
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, they take work.
Huffs at me a little bit.
He's allowed to be spicy. He's beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
tough guy.
Very tough guy.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I think sometimes certain types of snakes are like easier to tame down than others. Well, at least in my experience, because colubrids tend to be way more flighty, more skittish, more. I don't know if that's because they're smaller or they're in like they are preyed upon by more species of animal or something. Because like
Oh yeah.
yeah, boas and pythons and the large species of snakes tend to be more laid back. That's
They're
what I
more of an
noticed.
apex predator. I think
Yeah,
you're right
yeah.
that the colubrids are more of a prey animal in the wild, than
Yeah,
like
I
a
think that
big
might.
python.
Yeah, that's true. They are smaller.
They're out more. They're out and about. They don't, they're kind of nomadic, I guess. So like they're getting picked up by birds and whatever other
Yeah.
animals are wandering around.
Other snakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What do you got?
Yeah, I have this. Let me show. I have this baby pink snake that probably not from me.
Oh, is that a false chameleon?
Yeah.
I love those. They're so cute.
Little
love
beard.
it.
Oh my god. That's so cute.
You got some shed.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
Oh, that's so satisfying.
Isn't it?
How cute.
Yeah, they're good babies.
Aren't those like invasive too in Florida or something?
Probably.
So, what do you feed yours? Do you buy slugs or snails, or do you do mealworms, or how do you?
So they do willingly take mealworms. They will take calcium coated mealworms very easily.
Off the tongue.
But off of Tong's liver.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna jump at you guys, I think. But when we get the opportunity, we do give them snails. So they get snails every couple of months.
Oh, good. They're
Keep
so
waiting for
cute.
you to jump.
He's like, I changed my mind.
They're pretty bad at lizarding.
They're cute though.
They are.
I love
cute.
them.
Some of them. I have one that's feisty. His name's Billy Badass.
Love that name.
He'll make me bleed. He'll bite me.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
But I love him
Feisty
so
little
much.
thing. I have a couple of baby leeches I wanted to show you guys. My fiance hatched out his first melanistic
Wow,
baby.
Oh,
Oh, he's
wow.
so cute.
Congratulations.
that looks
Wow.
amazing.
Super excited. Just little baby, they're so tiny. And even at this age, they'll huff and puff at you. It's funny.
I'd love it.
Just hatched yesterday, so it's a little guy. And then this one hatched a couple days. Oh, there it goes. Hatched
my
a
God.
couple days before, and this one's gonna be like a high color pink one. I
Oh,
can't
cool.
get it in the camera. There we go.
Wow.
Cute little baby.
I had no idea they were so big as hatchlings.
Yeah, they're so chunky.
Their eggs are like that big. I was like, what the heck?
Crazy.
Wow.
I watched a video earlier of a cresty hatching, and I was like, the size of that freaking thing's head that came out of that egg.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
How did
Very
you fit it? They're all
cramped.
folded.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's just dark. Can't see him. In there.
Like, that egg is not big enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know how to do that. They get stretch marks on the eggs and everything, and near the end because it's like
That's
swelling. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
'cause
when they
some
hatch
people
out-
hatch out twins in some
my
occasions,
God.
and I was like,
Wow.
what? Yeah, twins, crazy.
That is crazy.
One's always smaller than the other. You know how it usually goes with normal twins, even with people. But I've seen some just completely both survive and thrive and end up being the same size. So it's crazy.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's crazy. It's so fun.
Are they like identical? Are they identical twins?
Yes. There's
Oh,
some that have been
whoa.
identical, some that are completely different. So like it's weird, but the same egg. Same egg. Weird.
I guess if it's the same as like if it's
Yeah.
two embryos or if one splits. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy. I've always wanted that to happen with me, and like fingers crossed that they both do well and survive. But
Yeah.
it's crazy to see that. I have a crested that lays one big egg each month, and I paired her, and she's laying one huge egg, and I'm like, what is going on? Is this my time
Weird.
for twins? Like, I don't know. So, it looked like almost like a split little embryo in there because you candlelight it to see the
Yeah.
embryo inside the egg.
Yeah.
You know, I think you guys do it with snakes too, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can for sure.
You do.
Yeah, so it's like looks like a split embryo almost. It was like a figure eight. So I
Oh,
was
that's
wondering
cool.
what this is gonna turn into. So
That's
we'll
really
see.
cool.
We'll
Wow.
see. It's
Could be
exciting.
conjoined twins as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen a
Could end up
lot.
with
They end
A
up not
two-headed gecko.
doing well. Yeah, they end up. I had hatched out one that
Oh my
she was
God.
born with no eyes.
Oh,
Her
Oh.
name
love
is
it.
Igor, and she's 4 years old now.
I love it.
Huh.
Oh,
She's doing
wow.
great. She hatched out on her own. I did no assist on her hatching. So she had the egg tooth. She just didn't have the eyes.
Huh.
Let me
That's
grab-
crazy.
Hey, you know what? She's never known any different.
Oh no! And that's exactly my point. And then I'm trying to find her.
Well, you have to find her because she can't find you. So
Right?
Yeah.
I had to be one. Oh, there she is, right in the front. She never has problems finding her food. She never has problems growing, eating. This is her.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
That looks
crazy.
so
Little bit of an
weird.
underbite.
I
Wow.
love it.
I sold the
That's so
parents as
weird.
pet only because her
Yeah.
brother also was born with very small eyes, but he had
Yeah.
eyes. So I was like, we're not going to do this again because this,
Yeah.
it's not ethical at all.
I
But
get it.
people were DMing me when she first hatched out saying that she needs to be fed to another animal. It's inhumane to keep her alive. I was like, she knows nothing else.
That's all she knows. Yeah.
She's eating.
Obviously,
she
she's
grew.
thriving.
Yeah, she even lays little duds. Like it's
Oh.
crazy. She's completely functional.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why people feel the need to install
Oh,
that.
she shook her
Oh, the
hand.
you
shade.
got
Thing
so
I've
mad
seen.
at me right now. I
Wow.
didn't touch
The cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god, that's
No
so
eyes.
weird.
They look so weird without their eyes because
Yeah.
Cresties have such big eyes,
Big
and just even
eyes.
without them eyes,
She's even got
they look
eyelash
so
hit,
weird.
Yeah,
but no
she's
eyes.
got the little like thing.
The fringe, yeah.
She's
Get
too
googly
funny.
eyes on her.
I know. It'd be so funny if I did. Because they look like googly
The
eyes on a
googly
normal crescent gecko. So
Oh my god, I can't.
she's hilarious. Everybody, like anytime I post her, people are like, that's insane. And I don't know if you guys seen, who was it? I forgot the breeder. They hatched out a crested gecko that had multiple eyes, and I think they called
Oh
it zombie
jeez.
Wow.
or something like that. Yeah, it had like an eyeball on the forehead. It had fused eyeballs on this. Like it was
Aw.
weird looking, but I don't know
Wow.
if it's still alive. But it reached I think about a year old.
Huh.
Hmm.
Crazy, but yeah.
I'm with you. Like as long as they're happy and functional, like who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah. Then they have a quality of life. Let them do their thing.
I
She's
bought.
smarter than the most of mine with eyes. Like
Yeah.
they jump to nothing. They'll jump.
Yeah.
She doesn't jump because she's like, I can't see where I'm going. So, but the other ones, they just lunge into nothing. And I'm like, okay. But
Oh,
she's
there
great.
goes mine, lunging into nothing.
Yep. See, that's what they love to do.
They're diving into darkness over here. Can you get me Lieutenant Dan?
Lieutenant Dan, oh my god.
Oh, hi. I changed snakes.
Oh hi.
What do you got there?
Who you
I
got?
have two rainbow boas.
Okay.
Two babies.
Wow.
Rainbow boas.
They're siblings.
Wow.
Is one? Are they different color?
One's in blue. That's my girl.
Okay.
And then, here, let me get some light on them.
I find myself putting my face into the camera because I'm like, let me see.
I know. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, wait, that's too bright. Hold on. Wait, where's the lights?
Oh,
Oh
so
wow.
pretty.
Trying to see. You see
Yeah.
Oh, they're
them?
very cute.
Yes. It's so
They're
hard because
so
of the
small.
camera.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Ah.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, so pretty. I can't wait to get mine. Oh.
They're so cool. I'm just so. We had them as like teeny tiny little babies.
Did
And now they're
you?
getting thicker. They're slowly getting thicker. So that's
I love that.
exciting.
Isn't that so rewarding?
And they're not missing meal.
Oh, yay. That's amazing. Beautiful.
Nice.
Ugh.
This is Lieutenant Dan.
Oh my god.
Shut up. I love that name.
It's the Forrest Gump.
Yes.
He ain't got no legs.
Oh.
Oh no. No, he does not.
He's got a nubby tail. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wait,
He
so like
hatched like this. I got him as a pet only from a friend of mine, another breeder.
Lieutenant Dan.
so where's the
Lieutenant Dan.
vent? Is it like right at the end?
His vent is like he's got like here, right where the tip of my nail is. That's his vent.
Oh.
Wow, that's
Oh
insane.
wow.
So it's like
Lieutenant Dan.
he
ain't
barely
got
made
no
it.
legs.
That's crazy. Yeah,
He's
that's
so
like
cute.
critical.
Yeah,
But-
right?
The
I don't know
critical
if he's
back
got
door.
I don't know if he's got hemipenes in there. I'm assuming. But
That's actually interesting because usually the male ball pythons have the longer tail and they
Yeah.
store them down there. So is there room for them?
that's what I'm saying. Like you can
That's
feel, but they
interesting.
all have a little like fat bump there too. So like it's hard to differentiate because you can't get the pull. Like
Have you tried probing or like popping him?
I'm scared to. 'Cause
That's
it's
fair.
like,
That's scary.
That's super
Yeah.
interesting. No,
I'd
I'm
be
curious.
interested to see like an X-ray of what's going on down here.
In there.
You know.
Interesting. Super
Yeah.
cool.
But as you can see, like he's a big, happy, healthy boy. So
Oh,
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
every time I like open his drawer to feed him and stuff, I'm like, Lieutenant Dan, ice
Lieutenant
cream.
Ice cream. I freaking love that. Oh my god. Ice cream. He just waited. Yeah, I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite movies.
And he's just so sweet. I just love him. He'll be here forever. He's one of my babies.
Yay. That's how Igor is. She's going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Even if I had no more reptiles, like, she would stay.
Yeah. He's on my, I got him. I got Beans, my retired breeder hognose, who's like, we named her Beans because she's like a sack of beans, okay? She's
I
like
have a
sock
Beans
full of
hognose, and his name is Beans.
She is
I have
like
a big
a limp
bean.
noodle. Like she's gotten a lot better since I got her because she climbs around in her enclosure and stuff now. But you know, she's developed some muscle tone. But she was literally like flaccid. It
Oh,
was really
jeez.
sad. I think she was overbred to hell.
Oh,
So
poor baby.
yeah, she's living the life now. She's sassy now. She blows like cobras up at me, and I'm like, okay.
Fun.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, scary. I have a hognose named Beans, but it's because it looks like he has little frijoles on him, like his
Yes.
little spots.
I love
Yeah.
it.
How cute.
Yeah, she's like a sock full of beans. That's why.
Yeah. How
Little
cute.
sock puppet. Yeah.
Yeah. Arlo.
Named our hognose Cholula. Like this,
Aw.
like
The sauce.
I love that.
Yeah.
The
I
spicy.
love it.
Yeah.
spicy.
What's funny
Spicy.
is Beans was never spicy. When we got her, she was like amazing. She was so sweet, and I think she was just sick, y'all.
She didn't
Like
feel good. Yeah.
it's funny that like now that she's spicy, like I feel good. You know, like I feel
That's
like
how you know
she's
she's
finally a
doing
snake.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Snake and not a flaccid worm.
Yes. Even my vet, like I took her to the vet when I got her because she had like stuck spectacles on her eye. She was like in bad shape. And the vet was like, she's a little squishy.
That's not
Poor
good.
thing.
But you know, she's happy now. I gave her a chance and she's good. So
Yes, that's amazing. I love to hear that.
but yeah, she goes on my list of like never going anywhere animals, you know.
I think we
Lieutenant Dan Beans.
Lieutenant Dan. That is my favorite name for and perfect name. Like I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Look at his little nub. He's so
It's
So
hard to
cute.
tell like which end is which sometimes.
Yeah. It's
So
the same
cute.
shape.
Same, yep.
And he's just handsome. He's an acid leopard.
Very pretty. Very pretty.
I love his little like under. Now he's not gonna let me show you, of course.
He's like you. That's
So all right, well I won't lie to y'all. My phone is dying. I don't know about you guys.
mine's about there.
100%.
Yeah, mine too.
I've had a blast meeting
Me
with you
too.
guys and talking with you guys, and I really appreciate you coming on and hanging out. So I hope we'll get to do it again.
Yeah. I hope so
It was
too.
amazing getting to know you all.
So let's go around. Let's talk about one positive thing that we enjoy about either tonight or the hobby or something. You know, I just want to give everyone a positive word before we leave for the night. So,
Yeah.
you know, for me, just keep supporting each other. I think that's what this podcast is about. And remember that, you know, as big as this community is, all we have is each other. You know, we support each other. We support the hobby. We support the animals. So remember that when you're talking to people who have been doing it for 20 years or 20 days. You know, we all started somewhere. We're all headed somewhere, and we all need to be there to support each other. So
Exactly.
I'm glad to be able to do that, you know, through this platform with you guys and give you that support this way. So
Yay.
that's my positive note.
Yay, love it. Okay, Amelia.
Well, for me, I think it's just a different type of. It's a different type of connection that we can have when we build community, because it is one thing to have friends that are in the hobby, but to build a community, to share what we learn, to share what we like. All of those things are just amazing. And for me, it's very special because, well, it's the first time I ever do something like this. I am like just this average Mexican person that just lives their life, and to be part of this is it just feels really special. And also, I think that we we can give this other point of view of the hobby, because I think sadly many times it just falls to what animals make the most money, and
Yeah.
I really don't like that. I keep animals because I love them, and I love caring for them, and I love watching them grow. And I don't care if that animal's expensive or going to be cheap or anything. And I think that's what the value really is in our hobby, that we look at our animals as animals, not assets, you know?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. I totally agree. For me, the thing I want to work on and that I love about us today is how supportive each of us are with each other. And like you guys are saying, 20 days or 20 years doing this, keeping, breeding, whatever it may be, we should always be helpful to the new people, to the people who have questions, to the people that want to learn the right way, and not be so quick to attack people when they make a mistake, because you can look up all the information you want and a lot of it's not accurate. And the only way you can get accurate information to help your reptile is through each other. More experienced people discuss what we went through or what we didn't go through or what we avoided or didn't, and there definitely needs to be a lot more of us, I feel like. And people shouldn't be afraid to reach out and contact breeders or people who are really aged in this hobby. So
Yeah.
I love that all of us are so open-minded and helpful, and it brought all of us together, because I never met you guys, and I just love it. And to find
Yeah.
more people so passionate about these animals, breeding, not breeding, we don't see them as a dollar sign. We see them as our pets and our therapy, in a sense. That's what I
Yeah.
think of mine. So I absolutely love all of this. So I'm
It's
happy.
funny you say that because we have over 120 currently right now, and we started a business and we plan to breed and we have breeding plans, but every one of my animals has a name.
Yes.
I can identify all of them.
Yep.
I know everything
Yeah, me
about
too.
their temperament and their personalities. Like it's
Yes.
possible to be a successful breeder and still be a good keeper,
Yes.
a
And that's what's
caring
important.
person, a good pet caregiver.
Yes.
You don't
Exactly.
have to be one or the other.
Yep. Exactly. And I love that about all of us. So it's
Yeah.
great. What about you, Sarah?
Cool. Yeah, I am not a motivational speaker, so I'm just gonna say, everyone tuning in tonight, go give your snakes a hug for me.
Yeah.
And blood pythons are awesome, and you can hit me up anytime on Insta, and we can talk about them.
Yes. Love it.
It's true. Sarah will talk about blood pythons with me until we're both,
Blue in the
you have
face.
to make me shut up. Like,
I love it, and I appreciate it, because there's only so much my husband can take of me
It's
blabbing
true.
about them. I'm like, have I told you that I love snakes? And there's like 40 in our house. Yes.
Yes.
It's true. I get it.
I love it. All right.
Ashley.
Short tail sweetie Ashley.
I'm just happy to be here and have been a part of this and a part of you lovely ladies. Especially coming from somebody, I don't really have a lot of friends, I'll be honest. I got snakes and my animals. That's about it. And
I hear you.
but joining this group has kind of been like our community has kind of built family and like some
Yes.
friends.
Yeah.
Plus we got some like emotional support, teaching us to be patient and all that.
Yes, most definitely.
As Sarah said, I'm not no motivational speaker.
But you guys have such good hearts, and that's what we need. I love it. We all have good hearts, and it's amazing.
I feel like I wanted to make a point to bring on, some women that I've just connected with on a personal level, and that aren't necessarily like, these massive like production breeders or anything, super well known names or anything. You're literally
Yeah.
just friends I've made on Instagram, and I really respect what you guys are doing in the hobby and with the animals. And I think you guys are just really great for conversation. I mean, you can ask my husband. I'm like, I know a lot of people in the hobby, but I could only think of a handful that I wanted to invite to talk with me a lot. And like,
exactly.
it's hard to have conversation and
To click.
connect with people
Yes.
at that level. So
Yeah,
I
definitely.
invited you all here very intentionally because I connected with you guys, and I'm able to talk with you guys, very freely about these animals. And I think we all share a lot of thoughts and feelings about them. So,
Yes.
thank you guys again for coming, and I hope to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Me
Thanks
too.
for
Yeah,
inviting us.
hopefully.
So much fun. Hopefully we'll do it soon, and then we can all click again. Maybe bring one extra new person or switch it
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
I think when a lot of people realize what it's actually like, for me, and I think for most of you guys, it's your first time doing this. This is what, my second or third time, so it was super nerve-wracking. And then once I did it, I'm like, this isn't that bad. It's really kind of fun.
It's fun.
Now you can tell your friends, like, it's not that bad. It's really kind of fun.
Yes. And this is my second one, and I go live, but this is a lot of fun, and I love interacting with new people and making new friends. And Amelia, I'm so proud of you with your first time. You did amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love how much you love insects and spiders. You're my new hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
show you. Let me just show you quickly the. Can you see?
There we go.
Oh, you figured it
Those are
out.
like.
Oh.
No, I'm using my front camera.
Oh, dang.
Like.
Wow.
Nice. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Got a
That's
little
Yeah.
cool.
training workshop going on there.
Tarantula mini jungle. That's
I love it.
Yeah, I am a maximalist. I love having everything everywhere. Ooh, and I just got this today.
Oh, zoom in.
No,
Oh, it's
a specimen.
like a
I
wet
love
specimen.
those.
Yes, it's a
So
diaphanized ball
cool.
python.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
That's beautiful. I love
yeah.
that. Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool. Like,
Just
we were
wanted to
talking
tell you.
to someone in an expo who does that, and it's really interesting what all they have to do. It's like it takes like several months to make those, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're expensive too.
Yeah.
I want one. One day.
That's what I tell my husband. We go to these expos, and I'm like, I just want a collection of dead things. Like, is that so much to
because
ask?
it's cool. Come on, it's amazing.
I do have a collection of dead things too.
I love those.
Oh yeah, wet specimens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love wet
Love
specimens.
it. Those are so cool.
Things out.
Did you do these yourself?
Yeah, these were all pets that I
Oh
knew,
wow.
and they died. And
Oh no.
these were heater rats. This is the rat jar.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And it's just like assorted things. I also dye it just so it
I
looks
see
cooler.
geckos of some sort in there. That's crazy.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
Is that
there's some
tokay
black
gecko?
widows, some
Oh
geckos.
my gosh.
No, they're morning geckos.
Morning. Wow.
Yeah, and scorpion molt.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool. I like
Let me
that.
show you that. Let me show you this.
Oh my god, they're so
Yes!
cool. They glow.
Oh,
Yeah,
even
even the
molts
molds
shit.
glow
glow.
even
That's
after?
insane.
wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh, I'm
also
gonna
have
keep both of our scorpions molts. That is freaking cool. I didn't know that.
even taxidermied. They glow.
Hmm.
Oh,
What?
you're frozen. Hold
Oh no.
You froze.
There we are.
Okay,
Wow.
wow.
Look at how big that scorpion is.
That
Yeah, that's
scorpion
really big.
huge. Is that an emperor?
Yeah, that was gigantic. Yeah, this is
Wow.
an actual emperor scorpion.
Beautiful.
How much do emperors?
Terrifying.
I know my boyfriend's trying to get into the scorpion guys.
Yeah,
Oh, the
scorpions are
Asian
something
forest.
else.
Asian forest, I think I got mine for, I want to say $20. And then the emperor, we found somebody that bred just a small little group of them, and he had some available, and he gifted one to us.
That's crazy.
So he
Ooh,
bought a
that's
lychee for
amazing.
my fiance, and he gifted an emperor for my son because my son's been wanting one. And I know they're like at least 120 now if you can even find
Yeah,
one.
yeah, they're going up.
They're
Yeah.
really expensive.
I think what we have at the typical store that we go to is the forest scorpions,
Yeah.
and then there's the Florida bark scorpions. And my boyfriend's from Florida, so he's like, I don't want those. I could just go down there whenever.
Yeah.
You know what I like is the our pet store here has the tailless whip scorpions.
I have one of those.
Oh, I have
will
one.
not
Yeah.
take out.
Yeah,
Those are
I
cool.
also have those.
I have one. I was like,
They also had a desert. Do you remember that, babe? That white desert tarantula they had?
Was it a desert huntsman?
Maybe it was like super light white colored and it was on sand.
I don't know. There's a
does
couple.
it
Could have
bury
been a huntsman.
itself? Is it a sand spider? I want one of those so
It
bad, but
could
they're
have
really
been.
venomous.
It
I
was the
love
only
those.
one in a sand substrate, but it was like a really striking white color. It's beautiful. I wish I knew more about it, but
That's cool.
yeah.
I love spiders. I have a huntsman. I want a sand spider, but they're very venomous. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just want it on my spider shelf. Like
Yeah.
they're so
I just
funny
want
to watch.
look at it.
Right?
That's how I feel about this vine snake. Like and I know the venom isn't that bad, but like
You know, I didn't look very long in the food,
it what?
I didn't look at it very long.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
They're
he
like
said he did.
hognose, aren't they? Rear fanged, and their venom's like
They're
a
rear
hognose.
fanged, yeah, and it's a mild venom. But I'm like, I'm a big old chicken, and I
Well,
won't.
you don't know if you're allergic too. That's another
Yeah.
thing to take into
Yeah, that's something
consideration.
else.
So I'm like, but that's hilarious. Like,
I have a dead stalker, and he's kind of scary too.
A death
wait.
stalker?
Okay,
Yeah.
the just scorpions.
Yes, it's an Arabic scorpion. That one is deadly.
Yeah,
It's not called.
we were trying to put him in the cups, and he just kept following whatever movement we were making, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no!
That's terrifying.
They're insane. Yeah.
Oh no! That's
Like
scary.
a cobra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, can't hear you. What happened?
Yeah, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted
There
to
you
say
are.
Oh, hi.
There you go.
thank you, for coming on the podcast tonight. Y'all did amazing. Y'all were wonderful. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all y'all's time.
Of course.
Thank
Yeah.
Lots of
you.
fun.
You too.
It was really fun.
It was. It was a lot.
Now I'm at work.
What happened?
I said, now I'm at work.
Oh, are you?
Aw.
Wow.
What
Yeah,
time
we
is that?
do.
I don't even know
I
what
need
time
to
it
get off of here anyway because my phone's about to die. Like I'm.
My
just gonna
phone's about to
disappear.
kill.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night, guys.
Yes, thank you,
Thanks.
you.
You
Kurt.
too.
Pleasure meeting you, girl.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Thanks for
Good
coming.
night. Bye.
Bye.